Hello, welcome to Drawing with Fire. I'm Valerie, your neighborhood pyrography artist, and this is your home of burning and learning. Joined with hubby.
Hubcap.
And today we are doing slopes. I know this might kind of seem redundant, but what else are we going to do?
Yeah.
What else are we going to do? Teresa, thank you so much, our newest member. Hey, Spence. Hey, Greg. Greg's our big member. Take that, however. All right, so.
How's it sound, everybody?
Yeah, how's it sound? We have to have a little fan on me because it gets really hot under these lights with the window closed. So if it sounds funny, let us know. I did do some more burning. I'm darkening up, but we are going to work on the slope right here, which is what's in this photo right there. Oh, look, I can touch it. Right there. Okay. The gallery show will be up by Thursday. I'm editing the video. We're gonna move the camera out of my face. There we go. Oh, I gotta remember we're working down here, not up there. So we are going to get started. So in working today, I also pulled out the 16M calligraphy pen. I was using that for some of the areas, and it actually worked really well on the fine lines of the strata that you see going across. So I might be using that again because we do have some here. And I also put my reference so I could see better. Alrighty, so we are going to focus down here on this line, but we're going to have to go up as well. So it's between the brush that we've already done, and we're going up the slope. Now we want to go up and down this way, as well as paying attention to the curves that go over the hills.
I'm just fine.
Okay, good. I want to show this because maybe it'll make some sense. Now my lighting is overhead, so it's not going to be as much of obvious. But see how when things are sloped and they have shape to them, we have a curve that goes back and forth this way that we really need to pay attention to as we're going down, because that is what gives us the fullness. So, and if the sun was hitting it from an angle, we'd have more shadow on one side or the other. So that's what we need to pay attention to as we do our slopes in here. So let's get started. I am at 2.5 with the 18S because it's the easiest way to get into places. Now I'm going to work on here, where things come up and down, you have to go up and down here for the cliff face, and then we've got the slopes that go this way. And this is really going to give you a lot of interest to your burning. If you do everything very, what's the word? Static, it'll be less interesting. So we're going to actually take the tip of the pen and kind of make curved strokes like this. What it does is it puts the darker along the line where the shadow is, and we angle it down. And this way, when we get closer to the other side, it's lighter. That's how the best way to control your pen so you're less frustrated. And I am going to keep hitting this camera.
Jenny Lark is here.
Hey, Jenny.
She's watching from a land down under.
Yes, she is. Okay, hopefully this will mean I won't hit the...
Too much family today.
I know. Hopefully now I won't hit my glasses. So just using the end and side of the pen and just trying to get the angle right and kind of a curve onto it.
Karen Smith is here.
Hey, Karen. And that will give you more of the direction and the shading that makes it feel more real.
She says it's from the upside down.
From the upside down?
Man, why'd you have to bring that up? Man, can't wait till the next season of that. Hopper,
I know.
Russia, am I right?
I know. Let's see here. I'm going to move over, actually, so we can get this line right here. Now, where there's a lot of rock, let's see here. This is the line. I am actually going to use just the tip and move real quick. This will give kind of a shading that some of the light may not hit every rock, but it gives it a little texture. Makes it look a little bit more sandy, more rocky, and that's what we want. So we're going to get that in there while trying to go along with the direction of the slope as well. And right here, there's not as much light hitting because we've got the canyon wall on this other side that's blocking it. So we're going to have more darks as we go down. So let's see here. I'm going to actually move the camera down. There we go. And as we build this up, right now it's going to look really ugly. It's just not going to feel right until we get more in. But we got to have the sand, the rocky area, go with the direction of the slope. Let's see here. So just bringing it down.
Jenny says it's looking really good so far, though.
Thank you. I only got to spend 2 hours today on it.
And we also have Javito Morales from Costa Rica.
Welcome. Hello. Hola? I'm not sure.
It was better because the first one sounded like Mrs. Doubtfire.
It did, didn't it?
Hello, Toasties.
It did, didn't it? Hola. ¿Cómo está? Now, this is assuming that I do apologize. I'm not 100% sure as to the language, national language down there.
But welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome to the live stream.
So right now, I'm not going to worry about if there's brush that goes in here because I can go ahead and later put the brush in, as in the bushes and more of this texture, and that was just a lot of just with the tip and kind of going in circles because we're not going to see branches. So right now we can just put the sand in, following the direction we're going.
Javito Morales says, bien.
Oh, good. Good. Alrighty, so this right here, we have our river that comes right here. So this is where, okay, this slips in here. I'm just trying to get caught up on my visual landscape. So all this comes down. This is all slope. And it's all going to be different tones, but right now we can just block it in and we can come back to darken it later. I am not going to stress if it's right because once I put in more of the cliffs, other things are going to be readjusted.
Awesome.
To get that contrast right.
Okay.
So see, just at 2.5, just using the end of the tip. And see, when working with birch at this low temperature, I'm not having to clean my pins at all. I haven't cleaned this pin in a while. So just going down, making those ovals. And I'm actually moving pretty quickly because if I slow down, let me find it darker. Alright, because if I slow down, it's going to darken up.
What temperature are you burning on?
2.5. So you don't have to keep adjusting your pen heat. Getting comfortable with your pen and how you would move it makes all the difference in the world. That way you can actually burn quicker and you have more control. Let's bring this down. In fact, I can start doing some erasing. We do have some rocks, big rocks, boulders that are in here, but I'm not gonna stress about those right now because from a distance you wouldn't see the whole rock. You would get an impression of the rock, and when doing things with distance and perspective, it's a lot of impression, not always detail. Not until you get up close to the camera. So think of that. Impression. You want to make sure it feels like what you want it to be without putting every single mark in.
Well, especially in the distance, because as things get further away from you,
they get smaller.
And you lose clarity. You lose detail clarity. So if you have a bunch of detail clarity on something that's supposed to be far away, it'll read to the eye as being closer than it's supposed to be, and it'll mess up your composition.
Well, not only that, it'll also look more chaotic because there'll be too much stuff going on.
Yeah.
Because your eyes would not normally see that in real life.
I remember when I was a couple years into painting, I remember thinking like that I needed to do I didn't comprehend atmospheric perspective at all, and I was like, well, if you focus on something, it's clear, so I'm just going to paint detail on everything, and my work ended up looking really flat. So
yes,
and I didn't know why.
All these different lights and shadows and in focus and out of focus and detail, they all make a piece feel realistic and also more interesting. So let's get rid of some of this graphite. I have to admit, after everything else I've been working on, I've missed the birch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what this is?
Yep.
Birch?
This is birch.
And it really helps to connect with what you're working on too, because if you're just like drawing the features like as you see them and not really comprehending how they fit together in the terrain, it won't work out either. And it'll also be really boring.
We don't want this to be boring.
It's hard enough because pyrography is not an instant gratification kind of art.
No.
It requires patience and precision, and you can do it fast, but the quality won't be there.
So for the members, I'm hoping I need to finish editing. I've already started the editing process. Because sometimes the website for the art gallery show can be temperamental. I'm actually also doing a walkthrough video of the tour for our Toasty Art Show. And that, for the members, they will get the video 24 hours before everybody else. So just make sure you're paying attention to notifications that come in.
Can I talk about the gallery?
You can talk about it. I'll have it available for everybody by Thursday.
It's awesome. I can't wait for people to see this. And Valerie has worked the past 3 days on this?
No, I started last Wednesday.
Okay,
finished
so
yesterday.
You've been working pretty much a week on this.
Yeah.
And of course Valerie is worried that it's not detailed enough or it's not nice enough.
I want to make sure I show their work.
But it is fantastic. It looks amazing, and your guys' work looks amazing. So I cannot wait for everybody to see this. And of course, I was no help at all. But I'm working on my own deadline. In fact,
you are.
I had to wash paint off my face earlier because I spilled a bunch of red violet all over everything in my studio. I had to clean it off my forehead. It's probably already on my legs though. So.
And Teresa.
Oh yeah. See, look at my foot.
Teresa, because the tour is already done. Unfortunately, I can't put you on the member wall for this show. But I have decided, especially because of how much work this really was, I easily spent 30 hours building the gallery and getting all the art hung. There's 40 pieces. I've decided that for the members, the Toasty members, and you can click the join button down below, I am going to do a specific gallery just for the Toasty members for all levels. Each level can submit more art, and that one will be quarterly. And then just have you guys, and then I'll do a yearly for the group.
Yeah. So and I think that that's really cool because
I need to add that to the membership.
One of the things that I think that is really useful about the gallery is that you get to see your work in context of how it would look hanging in a gallery wall, because you didn't just throw this together.
No.
You agonized over it and coordinated everything. It looks like a real gallery, and I would love to have my work in a gallery that nice. So,
you're going to, because we're going to build another one.
Well, yes, and I will build that one. But yeah, there's a lot of. It's really nice to see your work hanging like that, and also
I need to do a video on taking pictures for when you submit your art for call to artist shows. I think that'll help a lot. Yeah. Definitely help me.
But I mean, just for the group, you're gonna do the annual show.
Yeah.
Which is nice, and it's really cool to see the earlier work versus where you're at.
Yeah,
now.
I liked seeing that.
That's really cool.
It was really cool.
And I had no idea, like, some of you guys' work. Like, I was really impressed.
The growth is
by it.
Yeah,
and impressed by the growth. So, so I can't wait for y'all to see it.
Oh, we will see it this week.
Valerie did a fantastic job.
Oh. I just tried to highlight their hard work. They did all the work. I just wanted it to make sense.
Yeah, well it does.
And I wanted to make sure that everybody's art, that they could be proud of seeing it hung.
I thought Teresa was here already, but she just said hello. Was she not here?
Oh, she may have stepped away. She was here because she's our newest Toasty. Toasty. I gotta find another name.
She wasn't here.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
So hello. Who am I thinking of?
No, she was here, but she had to walk away.
I see her in chat.
Look at the very top of chat. She is the first right here. No, right here. Well, she may not have been here.
Oh,
just
she joined, but she wasn't in chat.
Okay, so Teresa, do I need to repeat what we just said?
It's okay. But yeah, so
just tapping. Tap, tap, tap. Yes, the end. And this will be a quick video. It'll have all the links to the actual gallery, so you could do the full walkthrough on your own and click on the art and read about each piece, the size and the wood it's on for the actual guided tour, if anybody talked about in their email of how they got started in wood burning. That is included. Talk about your journey. So right here I'm starting to kind of delineate where some of the up and down is. So I'm just using the tip and dragging down. Some will be closer to the others, and some will actually kind of have lines that go across. We can always go back and fix them later, but I need to see where they start and stop. That's what I'm trying to. And these right here, these lines are going to show where the cliff starts, and then we go further down, and then it comes down an angle like this. And some of this I can go a little darker just using the tip and tapping down, tap, tap, tap. That's all I'm doing is tapping. But that's giving us that texture. And then on the other side, let's move over. It'll be the same thing. Now here is a little darker and closer to camera. So I've been doing ovals, or you can use the side of the pen, and actually it'll be easier if I turn it. Whee!
Don't turn too much, all the water will fall out.
And just drag up using the side. And then you can drag up in this way, because this is the direction of the slope. But because I moved the board, I've got the angle right. And what we see are more shadows. Even though this is closer and we do see some of the bigger rocks, it's mainly shadow. So we're going to get that in there. I can also use the tip and go in small circles. But if you notice, I still, oops, hit the camera. I still have not adjusted my heat. Still the same heat. Is how I'm touching down on the board, what part of the pen is touching down, and how fast I'm moving my pen. And some of this I can come down.
She's got to be barking at the wind.
Probably. Because she's a dork.
Because there's nothing going on next door.
Now, what you'll notice is a lot of the shadow, especially on this other side, the shadow coming down is from casting on these cliffs, and it's a cast shadow down. So that's one more thing to pay attention to, is the cast shadow down.
Plus, I noticed that the rocks have different strata as well.
They do, yeah.
So that's another thing you got to think of, huh?
Right now, we're just going to focus on the slopes.
Suspense is just getting his dragon transferred onto the wood, and Teresa is still on the dragon. I can't wait.
Totally fine. I haven't finished my dragon either.
I can't wait to see everybody's dragons.
Oh, you have to go in the group. Now, I do need it, because every time I see it, I make sure to add it. Greg is good about adding it, but every time you post a photo of one of the community projects you're working on, make sure to, in the group, make sure to add a post topic. Just click add post topic and add it to the proper folder. That way we can all go look at what everybody's done. It's easier to find it that way. So right now those strokes look kind of sketchy, but that's okay because we're doing rock. Make sure I get you guys on here. And we're going to erase. We're going to send this graphite. And I've been erasing more graphite. As long as I'm watching my photograph. Now, if you're new, I would recommend trying to keep the graphite on as long as possible. Or if you're done with a specific area, only erase in that area because it could throw you off even more. And I don't want anybody getting frustrated.
And nobody wants to get thrown off the Grand Canyon.
No. It's quite owie.
Long ways down.
Yeah, it's a mile down. Alrighty. So I can even change up my strokes so that it just, as long as they're light, it won't take away from the piece. It just gives it more interest.
Burl's here.
Hey, Burl. We're about to.
It's just better late than never.
Yeah, we're about to be done.
Well, we still got 6 minutes.
Yeah. And then I'll finish editing. I'm wanting to get the video up for the members. By tomorrow, but I don't know if that'll be possible because we have a live tomorrow too. That's why I'm giving myself till Thursday for everybody. Because Wednesday, the members will get the video first. Because part of becoming a member allows you 24-hour early access to the videos.
Cool.
Yep. Alrighty, so we've got all these erosion slopes for where water has run down. And so we don't have to put actual lines. We just need shading that gives us that. So it tends to be closer, darker shading along the edge. We also need to set up the live stream for both Burl and Greg.
Yeah.
So I'm just using circles, just the end. And remember, burning over an area you've already burned on, you either need to slow down to darken the area or raise your heat slightly. But right now, just getting in these
Stephen Bunch is here. He
Hey,
says,
Stephen.
looking good.
Thank y'all. What do you guys want to do for tomorrow's live in regards to this? Because it really is doing the same thing over and over and over again. And we're only halfway through the month.
Yeah.
So I got to think of things to discuss as we do this.
Oh, I guess Burrow's internet is not working well.
Everybody's
Well,
home.
and then what are you going to stream for the members?
We'll have to, for Burl and Greg.
Yeah.
That's going to be a whole nother project that I'm going to let them choose what they want to focus on.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. Well, they're paying for it.
Yeah.
So they will get to just choose between the two of them. And that'll be a smaller project to ensure, since it's only 2 live streams a month, just to make sure we got all the information covered that they need covered for it.
Well, I guess right now would be the time, like, if people are still interested in doing the Grand Canyon. I mean, you doing the Grand Canyon tomorrow, or no?
Well, yeah, because that's what that's what the community project is.
Gotcha.
Let me back out a little bit so you can see. I'm just going up and down my main lines, main slopes that really designate the section of cliff. Like this is further back, and this is a little closer, and this is close, even closer, and then this is our close one. So we have to pay attention to how the shading and how some areas get lighter. But within these slopes, they all stay within the same tonal value because they're down in the canyon and they are similar material. All these things make up the different textures, similar material, or similar tonal value. Because it's not only where it's at, it's how the light is hitting it and what it's made of. And we're going to definitely darken up, but this way we can get it in and it'll help us gauge. And it also helps to kind of break up what you're doing, because some of this can get a little boring. Over and over again. I'm actually going to turn up my heat. I'm going to go up to 3.5, just so I can get go a little quicker.
Okay.
For camera purposes. And so you guys can see the difference. Luckily, the video for the gallery show, it's actually pretty short. The walkthrough itself takes just under 5 minutes to do the guided tour, if you just let it run.
Yeah. I was really on the fence about that until you showed me the walking tour, and it is actually really cool.
Well, because the website can be a little temperamental. Yeah. This will allow them to still always see their art, and easier if somebody can't, for whatever reason, because the website, to look at it, you either really need to use their website on PC or their app, and their app is a little temperamental too. So this way, if you have issues, you can still see it. That was my thinking behind it.
And Teresa says she would like to be there right now. Beautiful and peaceful.
Yeah. Hotter.
In the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, okay. It's definitely hotter than it is here.
Merle says I'd like to be anywhere dry and warm.
Oh, that would be here.
Yep, that would be here.
Alright, so I'm trying to figure out why I have these lines. So this one goes here. Okay, this is not a rock. This is an outcrop. Not a rock. So what we're going to do is I'm going to erase the graphite. turned into an outcrop. So it's up and down, and then it comes down, and it branches off up here. So I'm a little off there. But luckily, unless I tell you, you don't know. So it goes this way. And we do have some shading up in here. I'm kind of flat and going with the slope direction. And what we're kind of getting is that outcropping. It's not outcropping of rocks, so to speak. It's more of the ravine coming down and kind of bypassing maybe a stronger rock that is in the way. And so it redirects the water coming down.
Earl had snow yesterday.
Hush. Hush. This was mean and wrong.
We're a little over time.
Alrighty. Do we have any questions?
I don't know. They will have to ask their questions.
I guess so. Let's kind of straighten this up. If you click the join button, you'll be able to see what all you get for each level of membership. Nothing will change on the channel if you can't. I totally understand. And I don't want to alienate anybody. I just want to give more to those who are interested. Let's back this off a little bit. Back me off. So we can see. Oh, from a distance, it's starting to look like the Grand Canyon.
Yes, what you're doing looks like the Grand Canyon.
You're trying to thin off. It's starting to look. Well, I wish summer was canceled here, bro.
Yeah, that would be great.
Let me cut off this picture, that way we can see it better. There we go. There we go. Excuse me. And this this piece is bigger. We can go all the way out without giving me a black eye. I'm hitting myself with the camera. There we go. So, what would you like tomorrow? I mean, we could focus on something up close, since we've got all of this is repetition over and over and over again, doing the same thing, just watching your contrast, your darks, and your lights. We can detail out the cliff that's closest to us here. We can start doing some of the rocks and vegetation down here.
Well, chat's saying some nice things about it.
Well, thank you. Excuse me. Hey, Andrea. Andrea, don't forget to join the group. And Teresa, I don't know if I can send you a friend request or a message with a link or invite you to the group. We'll see. If not, make sure to check the community tab. The special secret drawing with fire group is there in the link. Yep, something close up. Okay, we'll do something close up. With something close up. What shall we do close up?
Rick says rocks and vegetation.
Down here, because this is where our darkest darks are down in this area. Going up into the cliff side. I'm not, again, not putting the people in. There's people right here. There were people here that I took out, and then there was somebody down in here that I took out as well.
Rocks, says Andrea.
Okay, we'll do the rocks.
Steven says close up.
Okay, that'll help. That way, this area's got to go darker to push this area back, and then as we get closer, this will get darker.
And Teresa says, got it, thanks.
No, make sure to join the group. Everybody who is at any level gets to join the group. Sinus drainage. Tickle. Alrighty, so we will pick up with rocks and vegetation down here tomorrow.
Okay.
Yay! And we got 5. I gotta find a special name for you guys. The Burn Crew?
Yeah.
Is that what we're gonna call the YouTube members?
I don't know. Are you gonna tell them something? Not to forget.
Oh, gosh.
Doing my job.
Say it with me. Don't forget that you're awesome. You can do this. You're a pyro artist. I went too fast. Happy burning. Bye.